Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today we're doing updates for my Project 50 pan slash Project No Buy project. So yeah, welcome to my channel. Let's do this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before the end of the video if you enjoy it. Yeah, just maybe throw that out in the beginning. Why not? I would usually keep it to the end, but let's throw it in the beginning. Why not? Okay. So, you all, I have exciting news, but also a little nervous for the future. But here we go. So the exciting news is that I finished not one, not two. Let's read it. I finished not one, not two, but 3 products. Now I had this kind of as a prediction because I could see like the products being really close for the last update. Yeah, I finished it. I finished 3 products. However, that being said, now don't know when my next products are going to be for finishing them up. But that means out of 50 products to be finished, I finished 34 products so far. 34! Woohoo! Woohoo! We're almost like only 15 left, so like 16. Am I doing my math right? 16, yeah, 16 products left that I have to finish up before I can go ahead and buy one product. That's kind of the name of the game here, if you all don't know. My Project 50 pan is I finish up 50 products, whatever they may be, and products that I finish up that aren't necessarily in this project also count. So I have a project, Pan That Palette project. If I finish one of those, they're going to be counted to this because that's a huge feat. I just like to keep that video separate because it's a fun video. I feel like that kind of a feat needs its own video and its own adventure. So 16 more products and then I can buy one thing, and I'm really excited. I don't know what that thing's gonna be, but it's gonna be fun. So yes, the first thing I finished, well actually the first thing I finished was my Kylie lip pencil in Cocoa K. I mean, there's just like nothing there. In fact, I think I like showed you last time that the little lead bit came out. As I was sharpening it, I used it actually like a couple of weeks, and then as I was sharpening it for the last time, little did I know, it wouldn't, like, I sharpened it and it wouldn't come out of like the sharpener, and so it was the end. I did declog the sharpener, don't you worry. The next thing I finished was the Philosophy Melting Chocolate Lip Gloss. I mean, there's, I guess, a tiny bit in there, but I just can't like get it through there. I'm not gonna get this open. This is an old lip gloss, not worth it. Plus I'm like, that's just a lot for lip gloss. And then I finished the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette, and it was like color correctors. The only shade I had left was a coral shade right here, and it's completely gone. I was using that for under my eyes, and it's gone. It's gone. But that being said, if you all haven't seen the makeup I acquired from video, I acquired decluttering makeup from my mom's collection, and she had this in it, so yes, I do have that now again. But it's okay. I did like it. I was enjoying it. It's just, one of those things where it's like, you're panning it, but like it's not really like you can use more of it or less of it. Like you just use it every day, and like whatever you use, if that makes sense. Like you can't like work harder to like finish it because it's just, it is what it is, But yeah, so let's go on and talk about the products that are left in this project. So I still have on my list my MAC sample pigment. It was a pigment that's like an antique type of bronze, and I haven't been using it. I haven't been using it at all because my Pan That palette, which I'll go ahead and show you, I have this shade right here, and that shade is fairly similar to the MAC sample pigment. And by the way, this is a MAC quad. Hey, I haven't like brought that back in. I'm gonna wait until like this is done to bring it in, and that'll just be that. I'm pinning a lot of eyeshadows right now anyways, so I need to calm it down, bring it back in. The next one I have is my Vintage by Jessica Liebenskind in Rose Gold, and it's a highlighter, but I use it as a blush topper, and there we go. Let me see my last pictures. It looks like from my last pictures, not much has changed. Wow, yeah, not much has changed. I mean, it just looks like a little tiny bit of expansion of the pan pretty much everywhere, which makes sense. I don't really concentrate my brush in one area over the next, so that makes sense. But I do use this as a blush topper, and it's pretty nice. No complaints. My next product that I'm panning is a MAC single. It is, I think it's the color Camel, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's this caramel color, and here we go. Comparing it to my last pictures, again, just a small bit of expansion. I mean, I don't know, not much I can say. I would like to get this soon to getting it to repress it to where I have to repress it. It's just not quite there yet. I can still get my brush in it fairly easily. Maybe one day I'll get to repressing it. I know once I repress it, it'll go fairly quickly. I'm just gonna keep using it, just gonna keep going. Yeah, either repressing it or side pan, fingers crossed. We'll see. I'm using it every day as like a transition shade. So the next thing I have is my Sweet Tea, Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer. And again, just the tiniest bit of a dip right there. I did switch my brushes, and the last brush I was using was a really thick, wide fan brush. And I know fan brushes are supposed to be like really thin, but mine was actually like a dense one. So I washed it, it wasn't dry by the time I was going to go use it the next day. So I decided to pick up this brush, and it's like, I feel like it's picking up more product now. This brush is like a pretty dense brush. I still need to wash my brushes or again need to wash my brushes because it's been a minute, but yeah, it's a pretty dense brush. It's picking up a lot of product, so we'll see. It's picking it up more evenly now too. I'm really trying to concentrate in this area because this area is like the darkest area, and I know it's going to be the hardest for me to like use up if I don't have this area. Does that make sense? So yeah, goal would just be to hit pan, but it'll happen when it happens. Okay, so my Estee Lauder lipstick in Sugar Honey. So I'm gonna hold up this little picture, and this is where I was, this black bit, and now I've made about through the pink bit. That's pretty good progress for me, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really reapply lipsticks all that often, as much as I feel like I should, but yeah, this is how much product is left. However, I was like looking at it and I'm like, okay, so if that takes me like 7 or a month to do that, let me like count out. It was about 7 months, so I'm like, oh yeah, I still have a lot of product left when you think of it that way. But thinking about it like in the amount of progress I actually made, not too shabby, I feel like. Okay, so my next product is the Jessica Liebenstein Jet Black Eyeliner. This is how much I have left, and just as a comparison, it started into the project from up there, and it's just that pink bit is how much I finished off this month. It's a little bit less than I feel like I could, because I mean, it's a black eyeliner and it's really, I love that eyeliner actually. It's very creamy, very easy to use. And I don't use it on my inner, like my waterline. I use it like at the top. And yeah, that's how I use like all my eyeliners. But yeah, I really like it. It's very creamy, so I feel like it can go really easily. However, I also introduced panning my Makeup Forever eyeliner, and this is a blue color. It just says number 124. I don't know if it has a name, but there you go. I used up that much. So yeah, I mean, pretty equal amounts there, it looks like, which is pretty good. I have been really making an effort to use this. This is less creamy than the other one, and obviously a lot less to use, but again, in my makeup I acquired 2 more blue eyeliners, so I was like, okay, I actually need to like use these eyeliners, like the blue ones, because otherwise I'm just never gonna get through it unless I like make an effort to do it. So yeah, I've been using it when I'm wearing like my bronze look that I am today, eye look, and I'm not wearing this one today, but usually I've been doing that just to try and like add a little pop. I've been liking it. However, I do get tired of blue eyeliner fairly quickly. Like I feel like I can do it for like a week and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. Yeah, other than that, I like it. It's a nice little pop, fun to do. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and introduce a couple more products since I finished 2 eyeliner products. No, lip products. I'm gonna introduce 2 more lip products. However, yeah, I'm gonna, okay, so basically as you've seen, there's been like all my other products basically have like a lot more to go on them, so I don't think I'm gonna have like many updates. Like these next few updates that come around are not gonna have products finished like at all. Like I've hit like kind of a block and I'm like, yikes. So just to keep me motivated, I've picked like products in my collection that seem to be a little bit easier to use, like meaning they've been used up a bit or smaller sizes, just to try and keep me motivated, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? But just know if I use them up quickly, it's because they started out with either a little bit more use or a smaller product. For instance, this Lord & Berry lip liner in number 3035 in nude lip liner, I don't know, It's right here. Have it on today. Usually I will not line my lips. I'll like draw my whole lips with it, with lip liner, and then I'll go over with lipstick and then lip gloss. That seems very heavy, and I feel like with this, because it's darker than the lipstick that I'm wearing right now, or that I have to pan right now, it's actually really nice like to define my lip line, as a lip liner should. So basically I'm using it for what the purpose is. So yeah, it might take me a little bit longer to use this, but it's fairly small. I haven't marked down my paper yet, but I mean, like, I'll measure it from the very bottom, but I mean, I'm guessing that it doesn't go down, like once it's around here, that's like the wax holding it in. So we really only have like that much, but we'll see. I need to see. I'm not really sure, like I haven't measured how much I use it in a month yet, obviously, so we'll see. The next one I have here is this Buxom lip gloss, which I love. It's a sample lip gloss, but I'm like, ooh, I may need some Buxom lip glosses like in the future. And it's in the shade Dolly. So I mean, it was sitting on its side, but it's just, of course you can't see it with the reflection, but it says Buxom right here, and it was just like at the top of the U, so I'll have to mark it, but that's where it was. And I'm using it, and I only started using it for a couple, like 3 or 4 days, and I found that I really like reapplying this throughout the day, because I do like the tingly feeling, or like the cool feeling. It's not even like tingly, but I like the cool feeling that it gives, so I might be going through this fairly quickly. And again, it's only at the top of the U, and it's such a small little bottle. Like, there's a wand that fits in there and everything. Like, yeah, I feel like I can get through it. I think I'm going to introduce a few of my other mini lip glosses in this project pan, because I think, like I said, all the other ones are fairly big sizes, so I feel like I need to introduce something that will keep my like advances going, where I'm not having like 2, 3, 4 months without finished product at this stage. Plus, I mean, like, it's all about finishing products, so there we go. So I think I'm also going to introduce, just in case Buxom goes ahead and finishes earlier in the month, might as well introduce this, like, just in case. This is I think this is Christian Dior Lip Maximizer Collagen Active in the shade 001, I think. But it's this little guy, this little lip gloss. I've never tried this, never opened it, so I'm not sure if I'll like it, if I won't, or what. Hopefully, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can finish this in a month. And then if that's the case, depending on how much I wear lipstick or lip gloss, and then I can go ahead and bring this in and start working on it, fingers crossed. I also have a couple other mini lip glosses, and like this Tarteist Glossy Lip Paint in Minx. So, you know, that might be one that will be brought in the near future. And then I have this Benefit Dandelion lip gloss. And I mean, these packages have a lot of product in there, because it's not like a wand that also goes in there. So, you know, there may be a bit more, may actually be pretty time consuming, this one, but I'll probably bring this one in at the end of all of those other 3 lip glosses. And then from there, I'm out of mini lip glosses. From there, it's like regular size glosses. So fingers crossed that once I get through these ones, which I think I could probably get it, like, you know, at least these three, I can get them, like, finish one a month, maybe, or at least one every other month for sure. So by the time I get through that, hopefully other things will be closer to being finished, or at the very least more stuff with visible progress that can be visible, that's visible. Yeah. So yes, so let's go ahead and talk about my no-buy update. Haven't had any real urges, thankfully. It's been pretty easy. I just feel like, I don't know, like I'm kind of readjusting. There's been a lot of like emotions going on, and I'm just kind of like readjusting to this weird in between that I'm in. Like, for those of you who don't know, I just graduated college. Coronavirus is happening, so my job, I'm trying to get into the film industry, and there's like not a lot of film industry jobs coming around. Also, like, there's that fear of like, okay, well, they are coming around, but at the same time, we're looking into another shutdown in the fall. So I'm like, how long is this gonna go on? What am I doing? What's all this craziness? So yeah, basically there's just like a lot of unknown, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to like make sure, like, I don't have to be getting up and getting ready in the morning, but it does make me feel better. So I'm gonna be getting up and getting ready in the morning, but my skin's also been like flaring up from just stress in general. And so I've been trying like not to get up, or trying to give my skin rest when I feel like it needs it. So yeah, that being said, I just am not really in the need to buy anything, just because like I feel like I'm less interested in makeup anyways. And I've also been introducing, I think, did I say in this video, I've been introducing a lot more projects. Like I have a pan and everything project pan. I also have a 5 uses project pan. So now with the pan and everything, the project pan, I joined that. So now with that, I'm also using other things in my collection. And on top of that, like I'm using other things in my collection just to hit pan on, and then I'll put it away and rotate it. And then the 5 uses project pan, also that is like gonna allow me to just like kind of take a few days to play with my makeup. And it's been nice because I have a lot. Like I don't need any more. I do have enough. And again, like I think just with everything in the world, it's just been like putting things into perspective. Not to mention my income is no longer coming in the way it was, so I don't have like the monetary availability to do that. Like I just don't have money to spend. You know, there's like all these different factors where I'm just like, okay, like I don't need any more makeup, and it's just not like I don't need it. Also, it's been really great doing YouTube, and also I've been joining the project. I just joined my Instagram. I started a Project Pan Instagram, Books and Project Pan, which I actually haven't made any book posts yet. I need to do that. But yeah, I've been basically keeping myself busy with those things, and it's been helping me like my collection, or play with my collection a little bit more. On top of that, it's been weird. Well, okay, so I haven't had an itch to buy things because I want things, but I have had an itch to support Black-owned beauty brands, or like really make sure that my activism, my purchasing is a form of activism. So yeah, I've been wanting to help and support, but at the same time, like I need to keep my own like needs up front as well. Like, I don't know. It's basically where I'm like, also it's one of those things where when I do finish my 50 project, like my 50 products, so I can go buy something, I know I'm like, okay, this means something. Now, since I'm doing this, whatever I buy is gonna mean something. Plus again, like I've been doing my makeup collection and all of that like stuff, and like looking at, I think it was my project eyeshadow palette collection video, tag video. I was like, wow, I'm really not proud of my collection, in that the brands that I used to support are now controversial brands, which is fine. I mean, at the time I didn't really know everything about them for the most part. But yeah, it's just making me like, okay, I need to like change my collection. Like I want to look at my collection, I want to be proud of it. And the way to do that is through working through my collection, so that way when I do buy things, like they stand out and they mean something, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to work through it. I'm not gonna throw out any of my collection. I'm not gonna declutter anything at this point. I love all my collection, so for the products that they are, not necessarily the brands that they represent, but that's another story. But anyways, so yeah, I'm trying to like do things. There's been that kind of like should I buy? But at the same time I'm like, no, just when you do buy, make it mean something. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, is that my video? That's my video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how your project pans are going. Let me know how you all are doing with all of it, on your no buys, on your project pans, on how you're dealing with the world the way it is, if things are back to normal for you, if things are not back to normal, or what. Anyways, have a good day. Keep project panning.